Welcome to Echoes of Heritage, your rhythmic journey through history. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for weekly videos. Today, we're embarking on an exploration of rhythm and heritage, taking you on a journey that is rich in rhythm, history, and human expression. Our spotlight is on African drumming. When we say drums, we don't mean just any drums. The African continent has been the birthplace of a stunning variety of these rhythmic instruments. From djembe to the talking drum, from ashiko to bata, each drum possesses its unique voice, spirit, and story. But these drums are more than mere music-making instruments. They have been a vital thread, weaving through the tapestry of African for centuries. They have pulsed as the heart during ceremonies, resonated as the voice in storytelling, and served as a unifying call during celebrations. These drums have acted as messengers, narrators, and even emblems of unity during celebrations and ceremonies. Now let's take a step back in time. Imagine yourself in the heart of ancient Africa, surrounded by the beat of drums. This isn't just any beat, it's the rhythm of life, the pulse of a vibrant culture. These beats connected tribes and their members in ways that transcended language and borders. In the ancient African tribes, each drumbeat held a meaning, a message. It was a language in its own right, an echo of the human heart that conveyed stories, instructions, and emotions. The drums were the newspapers, the telephones, the coded messages of their time. They were the rhythmic threads that wove together the tapestry of African culture. These tribes understood the power of rhythm. They knew that a drumbeat could stir the soul and move the body. It could bring people together in celebration, in mourning, in preparation for war, or in anticipation of a bountiful harvest. It was a way for the community to come together, to share in the joys and the sorrows, the victories and the challenges. Whether it was the birth of a child, a wedding, a successful hunt, or a change in seasons, drumming was a part of the celebration. It was a way of expressing joy and gratitude, of marking the passage of time, of acknowledging the milestones of life. But drumming wasn't just about celebration, it was also a form of communication. Messages could be sent across vast distances, from one village to another, through intricate drumming patterns. The drumbeats carried news of approaching danger, impending visits, or important decisions. They were a lifeline, a connection, a means of uniting the tribe even when miles apart. In this way, drumming was a vital part of the social fabric of ancient African tribes. It was a part of their identity, a part of their way of life. It was a tradition that was passed down from generation to generation, a legacy of rhythm that continues to this day. So when we talk about African drumming, we're not just talking about music. We're talking about a rich cultural heritage, a rhythmic language, a form of communication, and a means of celebration. African tribes have used drumming to pass down their history, to celebrate life's milestones, and to communicate across great distances. But our story doesn't stop there. African drumming crossed oceans during the dark days of the transatlantic slave trade. Imagine the haunting rhythms of the drum, providing a lifeline of hope and unity amidst the unspeakable horrors of the Middle Passage. This was a journey of survival, of endurance, and of the undeniable spirit of African cultures. As the African people were forcibly displaced, they carried with them their most precious possession, their heritage. And at the heart of this heritage was the drum. Across the Caribbean, South America, and the southern United States, the African drum found a new home, a new rhythm, and a new voice. However, the drum was more than an instrument. It was a symbol of resistance. It was a way for the enslaved Africans to communicate, to keep their culture alive, and to express their longing for freedom. This is why, in many colonies, drums were feared by the slave owners. They saw the drums as a threat, as a tool of rebellion. In the United States, slave owners went so far as to ban the use of drums. They feared that the drums could be used to send messages, to plan revolts, or to stir up the spirit of resistance. But the African spirit could not be silenced so easily. Despite the ban, enslaved Africans found innovative ways to keep their drumming traditions alive. They used their hands, their feet, and even their voices to recreate the rhythms they had once played on their beloved drums. They created new instruments like the banjo and the tambourine, which were inspired by their African roots. These rhythmic expressions became a secret language, a way to communicate, to mourn, to resist. They were a testament to the resilience and creativity of the African people who, despite everything, refused to let their culture die. So the next time you hear the beat of an African drum, remember this history. Remember the strength, the resilience, and the spirit of the African people who refused to be silenced. Drums were banned by slave owners in the United States because they feared the power of these rhythms. Yet African Americans found ways to keep their traditions alive. The influence of African drumming can be heard in every beat of jazz, blues, and rock and roll. As these music genres began to take shape in the early 20th century, they pulled from a wellspring of African rhythms that had permeated the cultural fabric of the Americas for centuries. Let's take jazz, for instance. This genre, known for its improvisation and complex rhythms, owes much of its character to African drumming. The syncopated beats and polyrhythms found in jazz are direct descendants of African music. And then there's blues, a genre born out of African American spirituals, work songs, and chants. Its rhythmic foundation is deeply rooted in African drumming patterns. The call and response technique so prevalent in blues music is reminiscent of the communication style used in traditional African drumming. Rock and roll, too, owes a debt to African drumming. It's no coincidence that the driving beat of rock music mirrors the pulsating rhythms of African drums. The genre's early pioneers often tapped into these rhythms to create a sound that was raw, powerful, and undeniably infectious. But it's not just about the genres as a whole. Specific artists have also been instrumental in weaving African drumming into the tapestry of modern music. Duke Ellington, for instance, is known for his jazz compositions that incorporated African rhythms. He understood the power of the drum and used it to push the boundaries of his music. Then there's Max Roach, a jazz percussionist and composer who was deeply influenced by African drumming. He often used polyrhythms and syncopation, hallmarks of African drumming, in his work. Through his music, Roach brought the spirit of African drumming to a global audience. And so, the influence of African drumming on modern music is profound and far-reaching. It has shaped genres, inspired artists, and continues to pulse through the heart of the music we love today. Artists like Duke Ellington and Max Roach embraced these rhythms, creating music that would shape the world. And the beat goes on. Today, African drumming continues to inspire musicians and cultures around the globe. From the bustling cities of New York and London to the quiet corners of rural Australia, the rhythmic language of the African drum resonates, telling a story that transcends cultures and generations. African drumming has become a global phenomenon, with workshops and classes sprouting up in every corner of the world. These workshops are not just about learning to play an instrument, but about connecting with a rich and vibrant cultural heritage. From youngsters eager to learn a new skill, to adults seeking a unique form of self-expression, the appeal of African drumming is wide and varied. In these workshops, participants are not just taught to play the drums. They are introduced to a world of rhythm and harmony that reflects the diversity and unity of the African continent. They learn about the different types of drums, their origins, and the social and cultural contexts in which they are played. But the magic of these workshops goes beyond music. They offer a space for people to connect with their roots, to explore their identities, and to express themselves in a way that words often fail to capture. It's about feeling the rhythm, becoming one with the beat, and letting the drum speak. And it's not just individuals who are drawn to the drum. Schools, corporations, and communities are embracing African drumming as a way to foster teamwork, boost morale, and create a sense of unity. The drum circle, where everyone contributes to a shared rhythm, is a powerful metaphor for the importance of each individual's contribution to the collective whole. But perhaps the most beautiful thing about African drumming today is how it continues to evolve. Musicians are constantly experimenting, fusing traditional African rhythms with contemporary music styles, creating new, exciting sounds that continue to push boundaries. The story of African drumming is a story of resilience, of a tradition that has survived against all odds and continues to thrive and inspire. People from all walks of life are reconnecting with their roots and discovering the magic of the drum. But it's not just about the music. It's about the stories, the history, and the unbreakable spirit of a people who have always found strength in their rhythms. African drumming is a testament to resilience, a symphony of survival that has endured the passage of time, crossing continents and cultures. It's a rhythmic narrative that tells tales of triumph over adversity, of unity in diversity, and of the enduring heartbeat of a vibrant culture. The pulsating rhythm of the African drum is more than just a captivating sound. It's a powerful symbol, a rhythmic beacon that has guided generations through the annals of history. It's a testament to the power of music, the resilience of culture, and the indomitable spirit of a people. So the next time you hear the beat of an African drum, remember the echoes of heritage, the resilience of a people, and the unbroken rhythm of a continent. In the echoing beats of the African drums, we hear the stories of a people, their struggles, their victories, their indomitable spirit. Each beat is a testament to their resilience, a testament to a culture that has stood the test of time, adapting, evolving, but never losing its essence. The African drum is more than a musical instrument. It is a vessel of history, a symbol of identity, and a beacon of cultural resilience. As we conclude this rhythmic journey, let us remember that the sounds of African drumming are not just captivating beats. They are echoes of a shared heritage, reverberating across time and space, reminding us of the power of unity and the resilience of the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this rhythmic journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for weekly videos on the rich tapestry of our shared heritage. Remember, the rhythm of the drum is the rhythm of life. As long as it beats, our story continues. Thank you for watching our video. We appreciate your support.